Hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Music 101. Music 101 is created to empower music itself and legendary icon in the music industry. And today, I have my special guest. He is a country and Christian singer, and of course, songwriter, no other than Mr. Chad Bushnell.
How we doing?
Good, Mr. Chad. Welcome to Music 101. And can you please introduce yourself more?
How's it going, everybody? I'm Chad Bushnell. I'm a country singer from Northern California, and I'm happy to be on the show today.
Yes. And thank you for your time. When did you first realize you wanted to pursue a career in music?
Man, ever since I was a young kid, my parents, I started just playing at family functions, and they started having me sing national anthem. And remember, they entered me in this contest when I was about 4 or 5, and at the fair, to who looks like the country singer, try to look like your country singer. And I dressed up like Clint Black, and I think my cousin dressed up like Faith Hill. We ended up winning and got in the newspaper, and I just said, you know what, this is what I want to do. And so that's kind of where it started.
Mr. Chad, thank you for sharing your music and voice to the world. I hope you will continue doing it, and we are looking forward for more albums to come. Who are some of your biggest musical influences?
Man, Vince Gill, Dwight Yoakam are two of my favorite country singers. Of course, Merle Haggard, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, George Strait, all that. Uh, there's a lot to name, but those are probably my top five, I'd say.
Yes. How would you describe your style of country music?
Man, kind of contemporary. There's definitely the 90s country influence because that's my favorite, and I'd say a little bit of the Bakersfield in there because, I'm from California and I grew up with, Merle, Dwight Yoakam, Buck Owens. And so I'd say a little bit of that, but I also kind of have a rock influence. And so it's kind of like a modern country rock sound, I'd say.
What's the story behind your first song or album?
Man, so my first official album, I did in Nashville. It was called Tennessee. And I basically just wrote songs about life. And I had special songs on there because, the Christian country is special to me. And I always put a gospel song on every album. That's really important. So I got to say, the first album, Tennessee, it was special because Mansion Over the Hilltop was the last song on the album, and that's the song that I grew up performing with my great grandma in church. And I got to have a special piano player on there. He used to play for George Jones, Johnny Cash, a bunch of great guys, and so that was very special um, having that song and those players on there. So.
So, how do you come up with the ideas for your songs?
Man, it's kind of everyday life, sometimes I just get inspired by something that happens. Sometimes I'm actually really thinking, like, yeah, I need to write a new song, and eventually something just pops up. I mean, sometimes I write love songs, sometimes I write truck songs, whiskey songs. It just kind of depends on the day and the mood.
Is there a particular song that means the most to you and why?
Oh man, um, that's a tough one. Real Thank God's probably one of my favorite songs that I've been a part of. There's four writers on that song, including me, and I've actually seen, friends and grown men and, tears in their eyes over this song because it really speaks, I think to people, just normal everyday guys that struggle, and like we all, because life can be hard sometimes. And Thank God's just a really special song for me. So, yeah.
So, can you describe your creative process when writing or recording music?
Yeah, I go back and forth. I mean, I kind of feel like my bread and butter songs are the fast, rock and country songs. That's right. That's what I like to do. But a lot of times lately I've been writing ballads, and basically I'll sit down. I usually like to come up with a tune first. I'll kind of have like a tune in my head, and then I start to come up with a hook. Main hook of the song, like "Thank God" or "Whiskey to Work," and then I just start from there. I start either sometimes I write the verse first, sometimes I write the chorus first. It just depends on what kind of song it is, and just from there I've learned from writers in Nashville how to really finish a song, and so that's sort of my process.
Very well said, Mr. Chad. Very well said. So since you have your guitar, can you render a song for us? Any
Well, man,
kind of song that you can sing to us
yeah,
right
for
now.
sure. Yeah, we sing you a new song. Would you be okay with that?
Yes, definitely.
This is brand new since we're on here. I haven't really sang this out hardly too much, but it's newer. And this is a little song, because obviously I love performing more than about anything. But sometimes traveling on the road gets to be in a lot, and so I wrote this song called "Weekend Home." And how it's nice to just be home sometimes on the weekend. So here it goes. I've seen on Saturday, on Christmas. That's what I like. Throw some hot dogs on an open fire, sitting on the back porch, staring at the pale moonlight in my cowboy boots. Watching kids jump on a trampoline don't take much to satisfy me. 'Cause Monday through Friday you work hard every day, pull that 9 to 5, can't wait till Saturday you're done. Nothing like a weekend home. Load up the family, go get some groceries, come home, lay around, maybe watch a movie. There's nothing like a weekend. No, there's nothing like a weekend home. Might do a few things around the house, grab a cold beer, sit and just hang out, practice with it's 40 hours a week I'm on the road. Sometimes it's kinda nice to just stay low, not do anything. 'Cause your life might just go to hell if you don't take some time for yourself. 'Cause Monday through Friday you work hard every day, on that 9 to 5, can't wait till Saturday and you're done. There's nothing like a weekend home. Load up the family, go get some groceries, come home and lay around, maybe watch a movie. There's nothing like a weekend. No, there's nothing like a weekend. Sitting around the dinner table, thanking God that you're able to live this American dream. 'Cause on Monday through Friday you work hard every day, on that 9 to 5, can't wait till Saturday we're done. There's nothing like a weekend home. Load up the family, go get a few things, come home, lay around, you know what I mean. No, there's nothing like a weekend. No, there's nothing like a weekend. No, there's nothing like a weekend home. There's nothing like a weekend home.
Wow. What a golden voice, Mr. Chad.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. So, what has been the biggest challenge you have faced in the music industry?
Man, just kind of doing it from the ground up. I'm not on a record label. I'm still independent. And I still have to shoe horses a little bit, work a day job sometimes, and just trying to juggle all that. And is a lot. Sometimes certain times it's great, but then sometimes I have to play shows all week and then go shoot horses, and then and you have house stuff, and of course money sometimes makes it tough, and just same things a lot of people have to you
Yes,
know go through. But
definitely. So how's your sound evolved over the years?
man, it's kind of probably went from a little bit more traditional country to country rock, modern country, but I still sing traditional songs. Like that one's probably pretty traditional, but then Whiskey to Work's pretty much country rock. So it's kind of been a mix. Basically the last project I came out with, songs are pretty contemporary. I would say contemporary pop country. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory from performing live?
Man, uh, well, I got to do a lot of cool things. Got to perform with a lot of my, heroes and stuff. But one of the ones that sticks out is performing with Brian White, the '90s country singer. And I got to open for him. And right when we were done opening, before he went on stage, he comes by and he says, "Hey, would you get on stage in the middle of the show and sing Eliza Jane by Vince Gill with me?" And I was just like, "Whoa!" I was in my early 20s, so got to get up there and do that with him, and that was pretty awesome. So,
Pretty awesome, people. So how has your upbringing or background influenced your music?
man, I grew up. My my dad's a horseshoer. He's been done that. If you know what a horseshoer is, a farrier. So a lot, kind of the ranch rodeo life. My mom, she worked in the rodeo industry and was a barrel racer. My dad competed in rodeo as a bareback rider and steer wrestler. And so, I grew up with horses, and so big rodeo background. So, I write a lot of songs about country life and just everyday normal life, really.
Yes, normal life. So how do you balance your personal life with your music career?
Man, I just make time for it. I love to spend time with my wife and my family, and anytime I get an off weekend, I like to go watch my sister compete in rodeo once in a while. And we go on vacations once in a while. I do go hunting, so I just make that a priority. And I do as many shows as I can, but I know when I need a break, and I just go for it and take a break.
Yes, have a break, have a Kit Kat, people.
Yep.
I hope you're gonna sponsor us, Kit Kat. So,
Yeah.
what do you hope listeners take away from your music?
I hope it inspires people, and especially on the Christian countryside. I hope that encourages people to chase their dreams and to encourage them to keep going, because everybody struggles, and so trying to get the word out there to people, spread the gospel, and basically encourage people to chase their dreams if they have one.
Yes, definitely. What do you hope listeners will uh, give what any genre that you can give aside from country and Christian music?
Oh man, probably rock. I mean, especially classic rock, but has been a big influence. A lot of the '90s and 2000s stuff too is really it's influenced me, because I listened to that growing up. Riding the bus to school and being around friends in high school, and Matchbox 20 even has been a big influence in my music, because I like all that music, and so
So you can combine this music, a fusion of country and rock.
yeah.
It might be, yeah. So do you have any pre-show rituals or routines?
Hmm. Yeah, if I'm doing especially like a big show or an opening act, I like to basically, I get up and have a normal morning, and then at some point, either late morning, early afternoon, I'll sing about 3 or 4 songs. It doesn't matter what song. It's something I want to sing that day, and I sing about 3 or 4 just to get myself warmed up, and then I put my guitar away and don't sing anymore till sound check. And so that's
Yes.
basically one of my rituals.
So
Sometimes a shot of whiskey.
whiskey, yes, that's awesome. So how do you stay connected with your fans?
Man, just playing lots of shows everywhere I can. Social media. I try to post every day. Sometimes I can't, but most of the time I do. And so, That is the best way I try to. And I come out with a lot of new merchandise. Try to keep new music out every 3 months if I can. And so those are the ways.
That's awesome. Merchandise. Speaking of merchandise, people, I'm inviting you to please do purchase one of my merchandise. Food 101, available on Etsy and Shopify. And of course, listen to my other podcast, Food 101, on our fourth season with Chef Alessandro, one of the specialty chef in one of the five-star hotel in downtown Toronto. And of course, my book 101 review. Please do listen to my featured author of the month of November, Miss Gerald Everett Jones, award winning and best selling author. So please do listen. Food 101 and Book 101 review. And of course, Music 101. So, what is the most important lesson you've learned in your career so far?
Oh man, just don't give up. I mean, if you know you're supposed to do something, it's your dream. Just because there's been a lot of days where I'm like, man, and but I don't give up because I know it's what I love to do. Whatever level I get to, and I'm always going to be a music person. And yeah,
Your passion.
yep,
S- Are there a new project or upcoming releases you're excited about?
yeah. I'm going to release a brand new EP at the first part of the year, and two songs have already been released, but there's three that haven't, and so I'm going to combine them, put them on a 5-song EP, and put that out for fans probably January, February. So I'm really excited for that. And then I'm going to be going back and writing in January and recording more in March. So that's the goal.
Looking forward for that. What advice would you give to aspiring musicians trying to make in country music or any kind of music?
Man, just try to, be yourself and have your own sound because that really connects with fans, I think. So that's what I would tell people.
Be yourself, people, and stop procrastinating. If you have
Yeah,
the
there you go.
passion to write, if you have the passion to sing, go, go, go. Share to the world. Don't mind what people say about you, because you're sharing your talents to the world. It will be your trademark. It will be your trademark to your generations to come. So lastly, to sum up our discussion, Mr. Chad, what will be your short-term and long-term goals in music?
Man, next year I'm just hoping to tour in 10 to 12 states. This year I did about 6. So I'm hoping to double that next year and just really be out there and travel and performing. And then long term, I'd love to have something on Billboard radio someday, at least in the top 100, if not the top 40, So, I mean, that's set the goal pretty high for long term, but it's still trying to do that. So hopefully it works out.
Yes, dream big, people. Dream big. Who knows, right?
Yep.
So, Mr. Chad Personal, can you please invite our listeners to support all your albums?
Yeah, you can go to Chad Bushnell Music on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find my music on Spotify and iTunes at Chad Bushnell Music. And of course, my website is chadbushnell.com. So go check it all out.
Yes, people, Mr. Chad Personal, let's support him, because if you support him, more music to come. So, Mr. Chad, thank you for your time. More to come, people. See you soon. Mr. Mr. Chad, if you want to watch